Hey world, I am Dan Brown and this is PogoBat. So I recently got this email from Jake. Hey Dan, I'm curious what you think about the new YouTube comment system. I'm not really a fan, but maybe it's because I haven't really figured them out yet. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Jake! So my girlfriend actually recently sent me a link to a cute little ukulele ditty by Emma Blackery. I don't know, maybe you've seen it. I must say, I think that she pretty accurately and succinctly sums up the way we all feel about Google trying to force their failed social network down our throats. I mean, I am all for YouTube improving its comment section, you know, putting the comments that are most relevant to me right on top where I can see them. That is cool, but why does YouTube need any website other than YouTube to make that happen? Why can't they use who I'm subscribed to and whose content I comment on the most rather than some social network that nobody has time for? Honestly, I'm more than a little bit creeped out by this. You know, the multinational intelligence conglomerate that is Google not only wants us to act in a very specific way, but it's almost like they feel entitled, like they're a little bit offended that we might choose to not live in the digital bubble they have so carefully constructed for us.
Google says those wishing to opt back into using Google after their time in the village will be allowed to do so if they agree to be branded with a whimsical G on their foreheads to label them doubters.
If you don't want to give us complete access to your most private thoughts and feelings, that's fine. You can just toil in the hinterlands and die young.
This last week I was watching fellow YouTuber Hank Green's take on all of this nonsense, and while I do agree with the general seething sentiment that you can just kind of infer from his tone of voice, there was one thing he said that is so wrong that it makes the baby Jesus cry.
As they say, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. I think that was Mark Twain, and that is still the case, except this time it's YouTube. And the reason nobody does anything about it is because we can't. We cannot control them. So, situation is that we're just gonna have to deal with it.
No, Hank! I mean, yes, okay, he is correct that there's nothing we can do in the immediate short term to make YouTube change course, but if we play a long game, we can absolutely chip away at Google's ability to, and really incentive to, bully its users. The only reason that a video sharing site is in a position to strong-arm its users into adopting a particular social network is because they have a monopoly. Everyone who watches video online watches it on YouTube. You know, if there was another video sharing site out there with even like 5% market share, you know that YouTube would think twice before pulling some bullshit on us like this. Right the F now is when we should start giving other video sharing sites a chance. You know, I'm not saying that we should stop using YouTube per se. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and truth be told, it still has the best API as far as I can tell of any video sharing site that's out there. But, you know, for example, from this day forward, I will be uploading episodes of PogoBat not exclusively to YouTube, but also to Vimeo and Dailymotion. I'll put links in the description to my accounts on those websites. I will also, from this day forward, be attempting a new money-making model for new episodes of PogoBat, because, let's be serious, who needs ads? Especially when YouTube takes a 45% cut anyway. Shit's ridiculous. PogoBat from this day forward will be ad-free in hopes that you guys will support my endeavors via Patreon, which is kind of like Kickstarter, except for like recurring projects, not just a project that happens once. So instead of giving me like $25 once, I'm hoping that you'll give me 25 cents on a recurring basis, you know, each time I upload an episode. Or like 2 cents, I don't care. Or nothing, you don't have to. There is a link to my Patreon in the description, and now an animated quandary from Moonshoes Patty.
Let me ask you this. At what point can you consider yourself an adult? And I don't really have a joke for this. I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'm 22 years old, and I think by all accounts I could safely describe myself as a man and not a boy. But let me tell you, it does not feel like that sometimes. I mean, I can gamble, I own my own car, hell, I can be sentenced to imprisonment for the rest of my life. By all definitions, I am an adult. But can I tell you a secret? I have no idea what the f*** I'm doing. So you tell me, where is the invisible line that you cross and suddenly, poof, you're tucking your t-shirt into your jeans and grilling steaks for the neighbors you've invited over for your 4th of July barbecue? At what point do you become an adult?
Thanks, Moonshoes dude. Okay, I got this email from Utkarsh in Mumbai. Hey, I like your videos, but yes, your talks are sometimes stupid. Some are great. I am a die-hard fan of Batman. Then I made a benchmark to be the best. I am pulled towards getting better. In The Dark Knight Rises, though I agree it was fiction movie, I feel motivated that never give up. However, what can be done now is this. raise ourselves. Raise ourselves! How? I believe big steps need to be taken, but first, we need to get better. I am sure you have many more strengths, just like Rubik's Cube, which you can share. Yeah. I have a question. What can be done? Ask this in a video. What kind of world do you want to make? Do reply. What do you think? Utkarsh from Mumbai. Okay, the Dark Knight movies are totally badass. I am totally with you right there and am totally flattered that you're drawing parallels between them and my content here on the internet. But the entire reason that Bruce Wayne is able to be Batman is because of how filthy freaking rich the dude is. I mean, I'm sure you see this in Mumbai, Utkarsh. The distribution of wealth on this planet is just way out of whack, all sorts of out of whack, and I'm not convinced that Batman is really helping us with that. They are fun movies. But in the real world, leaning on high-powered billionaires to keep us safe, I don't think is a very good strategy. Time and time again, high-powered billionaires have demonstrated that their number one priority is remaining rich and powerful. So ultimately, Utkarsh, I do agree with you. We must raise ourselves. Raise ourselves by raising the minimum wage and passing progressive tax policies. So that just about does it for this week's episode of PogoBat. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found anything that I said to be ill-informed, I would implore you to inform me. If you find yourself inspired, I would implore you to extrapolate. You can do those things by uploading a video to any video sharing website with the hashtag PogoBat in the title. Also send me an email, danbrownuniverse@gmail.com, with a link to that video so I'm sure to see it. Or if you just have an idea as to something that we should talk about in a future episode of PogoBat, or if you just want to shoot the shit with me, I love talking to you guys. So anyway, until next time, please don't be as If you like what you just saw, if Dan put you in a state of awe, subscribe to him and click the orange button. It really means something. If you do that, that'd be really cool.